The Calgary Flames have made a sneaky good signing of a former waiver wire pickup that went under the radar at the time, but has blossomed into a perfect acquisition. With Brayden Pachal putting pen to paper to a new contract extension, the Flames have shored up their D-core for the next couple of years, giving the youngsters enough time to develop. We're going to get into all of that and more in this video, but first, I want to welcome you to Flames Digest. I'm Mark Griffith. If you're new around here and you love the Flames, make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the latest news, updates, reports, and rumors revolving around your Calgary Flames. We would love to welcome you to the Flames Digest family where love goes around like crazy. I love you guys so much, and we all love the Flames. So let's dive in and talk about how the Flames have extended Brayden Pachal. And it's funny because I know there are a lot of people in the comment section of this channel that love Brayden Pachal, love the aggressive, chippiness he brings to the game. He likes to throw the body around. He just plays with that tenacity that a lot of people love. Other people think he's been quite disappointing this season, which is quite funny. But either way, when you look at what Brayden Pachal started out as in a waiver wire pickup from the Vegas Golden Knights after the Flames had traded away Tanev and Hanifin, kind of almost a direct replacement of Hanifin. Not in any sense of their play styles, just in the fact that it was a defenseman from Vegas going to Calgary, obviously. But either way, it's so under the radar in the league. It really is sneaky when it comes down to it that a lot of people who aren't Flames fans, maybe aren't Golden Knights fans either, don't even really know who Pachal is, and yet he is an everyday NHL player and deserved a contract extension for sure. So if we get into this here, Chris Johnston, I think, was the person who first tweeted it out, but he said the Flames signed Brayden Pachal to a 2-year extension carrying a $1.1875 million AAV. Obviously, Ryan Pike also tweeted that one out, which is great to see. 2-year extension, so another 2 years of Pachal at a very affordable price, just under 1.2 mil a year. The Flames have a plethora of cap space, so this isn't bad at all. And just look how good he looks putting the pen to paper. What would you do to be in a room like that one, or to be in that exact room at that time? Oh, baby, Brayden Pachal with his signature smile. He's got the teeth of a true hockey player. We can definitely say that. Craig looking as good as always. Man, his golden years are just upon him. He's looking fantastic. Happy guys all around. Pen to the paper. Mans is getting paid. Everyone is happy all around. That is great to see. Now, if we take a look at some of the numbers here. So Ryan Pike tweeted out, with Pachal's new deal, the Flames now have 15 players on one-ways for next year, so 2025-26. They've got the 2 goalies, 6 D-men, and 7 forwards. So there you go. They have their 6 D-men. The D-core is all ready, which means they don't have to rush in any of the youngsters. We would love to see some of the youngsters come up at some point. I know a lot of people would like to see Bruce Stevich come up, not for the whole 10 games, but it would be nice to see him come up, but no need to rush some of the other guys like a Zane Parekh, of course. Let's continue the tweet here. So just shy of $55 million committed on an estimated $92.5 million ceiling. Yeah, that is a lot of cap space, an estimated almost 40 mil. We can afford some pretty big players if the Flames choose to do so. Of course, we're going to stick to Conroy's plan, but very interesting. The most prominent remaining pending RFAs are Coronado, Zary, Pelche, and Ball, and you'd expect at least 3 of those 4 guys to get some pretty nice contracts here. None of them you would assume that huge. Maybe a Zary would be a guy looking for quite a bit of term at a higher price. I'm sure all these guys are looking for term, of course. Guaranteed the Flames are going to be signing Ball to quite a contract as well. But either way, they have loads of money to do so. And these guys shouldn't be all that expensive when it comes down to it. So those are the most prominent remaining RFAs. The Flames have cap space and they have their D-core pretty much solidified, especially once Kevin Ball does get his next contract. Now, if we take a look at this tweet here from Eric Francis, he said, nice tidy bit of work by Craig Conroy to extend Brayden Pachal for another 2 years at a $1.18 million annually. Solidifies the number 6 spot on the Flames blue line with a character player who adds significantly to the type of gritty identity the Flames want. That is why this is just absolutely perfect for the Flames. Brayden Pachal is exactly what the Flames want and need in a number 6 D-man. So if we take a look kind of at the defenseman we're rolling with right now. Of course, you can check off Brayden Pachal there as totally signed for at least the next couple of years. Of course, Weegar, Andersson's future is uncertain, but I mean, no matter what, he's under contract for next year, which is great. Kevin Ball, we just went over a little bit. Miramanov is good. Jake Bean will probably be that number 5, and then the Flames still have options when it comes to Tyson Barrie, Joel Hanley, but either way, this is what the decor is looking like. And again, the decor is pretty much set going into next year as well, which is fantastic for the rebuild, you can say, or at least in this transitional phase. And again, some of these people's future may be up in the air, but for the most part, we know exactly what's going on here. The Brayden Pachal signing is absolutely fantastic, and we are pumped to have him in Calgary for at least another couple years, which is super, super great. Let's get into the more distant future and talk about tonight's game as the Flames are welcoming the Boston Bruins to the Saddle Dome tonight. It is always fun when an original 16 comes to town, and Boston obviously very storied, and they're having an interesting season. So it'll be a very, very fun one tonight. It goes at 7 p.m. Mountain Time / local time. It should be very, very good. The biggest thing to take note of is, of course, that Dustin Wolf is starting tonight between the pipes. Obviously deserved to get this start after he was fantastic in the last one. Oh, how good was he? Maybe a shutout will ring a bell. Absolutely amazing performance against another Atlantic team in the Florida Panthers, but Wolfie on that back-to-back hopefully should be very, very good. So exciting for him to play against Boston. So with that being said, let's kind of take a look at the upcoming schedule here. The rest of 2024 has these games on the schedule, and it's weird. It's like a weird little mixture of 6 teams here, which I guess is kind of what you want to see in an NHL schedule. But the Flames are on their homestand. They continue their homestand, so they are hosting the Bruins tonight, of course. Then they will see the Ottawa Senators on Thursday and Chicago on Saturday for another matinee game. I don't know. How do you guys feel about the matinee games? I've always thought the Flames aren't the best in the matinee games, but I mean, hosting Chicago at home at 2 o'clock on a Saturday is absolutely fantastic. Great way to get hockey night in Canada started, more like hockey afternoon in Canada, where after that, the Flames have pretty much the whole week off. Well, they do have the whole week off for the holidays, of course, which are quickly approaching. Merry early Christmas if you do celebrate it. Before the Flames head out west to San Jose and Vegas before coming back home for the New Year's Eve game against the Vancouver Canucks. I love that the Flames always host a New Year's Eve game. Isn't it usually against Chicago? I swear we always play Chicago on New Year's Eve. This year it'll be Vancouver, which is always fun. You can always go to the after party at the Dome as well, which I went to once. Wasn't the most fun time ever, but hey, if that's your scene, that's your scene. Now let's wrap this video up with the comment of the day, as we love to do here on the channel. It comes from yesterday's video about some of those trade rumors, of course, especially around, Kaapo Kakko, and this comment was perfect for that. So Mr. Watts said, I, for one, would love to see Kakko get a fresh start on the Flames. I feel like he's having a Sam Bennett situation in New York right now and needs to find a new team to flourish on. Let's see him play with Huberdeau and see what happens. Just like how Hubie fixed Sam Bennett, he can probably fix Kaapo as well. And that's a great way to put it, because it is true. Sam Bennett was buried in the lineup here. He'd get healthy scratched. It just wasn't an ideal scenario. Goes over to Florida, plays with Huberdeau, and totally explodes. Totally just blossomed his entire career. I mean, look how it's gone since. A Stanley Cup ring ain't too shabby. Maybe the same thing could happen here with Kaapo Kakko. It's definitely a possibility. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe like we saw here today, and have a wonderful rest of your day.